Hey kids, are we live? You know, I started this live stream just a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. I realized that I wasn't streaming. So I got out of practice because I haven't been doing it lately too many times. So yeah, this is the Guitar Quackery Live. Guitar Quackery Live. This is Guitar Quackery. And this is Guitar Quackery Live. The live streaming guitar repair channel. Not the only one. I thought it was the only one, but no, others have done it. Not like this. I'm not saying this is better. I'm just saying this is different than other channels. And they're different too, right? In their own ways. So here we are. We have a banjo this time on the workbench. Here it is. And this is a good one, all right? Like a really nice one. That's a gold tone banjo. Not a toy. Not, you know, a cheap banjo. This is the real deal, okay? And it's going to be a pleasure working on this instrument, I think. All right, let's see how long it takes for an audience to gather on this live stream, which I announced on YouTube, no, on Instagram. I'll take a picture. Oh, I don't need to take a picture. I already took a picture. Oh, we have an audience. Oh, someone is here. Let's have a look. Ah, Dr. Bob Perone. Actually, 4 people. All right. Hello, doctor. Yeah, like I said, we have a banjo over there on the workbench, which is over here now. This is, so I don't know if you missed the beginning, a really good banjo. Okay, this isn't, you know, a bad one. It's a really good one. It's a gold tone. It's the way a banjo should be. This is a good one. It's a 5-string banjo. The only thing I know about this banjo is that it's on the Guitar Quackery workbench. Everything else, we are going to improvise. Well, how different can it be from a guitar? Well, the answer is very different. Ah, Dr. Sean Barnes Bass is here. Hello to you, doctor. And 2 people left. Why? Okay. That's all right. It's got to be cozy. You know, I'm just getting warmed up here because I'm just waiting for an audience. There's been some developments, good ones, and a bad one. I'm not going to talk about the bad one. It's a business development that's a bad one, but I don't want to talk about it. It has to do with one person who doesn't understand things. So Dr. Bob says you know, there's a typo, but I know what you mean. You are a brave man, doctor. LKL? What's LKL? LKL. All right. I don't know what that means. All right. Thank you, doctor. All right. So, the good developments. I just approached someone who might be interested in what would be the word? Who I want to bring in as a person who really should be part of the development of FretLab Pro. Okay, FretLab Pro, if you don't know yet, you will soon, is a piece of software that a collaborator of mine whose name is Doctor, as in doctor, like for real, not not a medical doctor, a scientist. Kevin Hausen, that means PhD and all that, who is a viewer here, is collaborating with Guitar Quackery. So we are now collaborators, and he developed this software called FretLab Pro. Now, I came up with the name, and I came up with the logo, but he came up with the code, and it's amazing. So go to the website, fretlab.pro. Perfect domain name, right? For FretLab Pro. I got some water here. So anyway, there is someone whom you probably know of that I just spoke with today, and I said, hey, you should be part of this. And he's very excited. He's thinking how this and that, and when the time comes, I will announce. But I don't want to make announcement when nothing's yet happening. Okay, but what is happening is this Banjo, and another thing is happening is the Guitar Quackery forum. guitarquackery.forum. That's the URL. So we have a little conversion thing happening here. Not yet. Will be happening soon. Technically, it's not happening yet. Or maybe technically it is happening. I don't know. But we need to convert this to gut strings or nylon. Nile gut strings. Okay. I didn't even know there was such thing. Or maybe I did. Oh, I'm yawning. Okay. What else is cooking? So pretty much on the front burner is a potential collaborator. Yet another one. This one isn't. Oh, she is a doctor, I think. I think she might be. Yeah, I think so. Maybe, yeah. So I don't talk about her life outside of the guitar world, but she's also a luthier, so a guitar builder. Now, when I say guitar builder, I don't mean someone who puts together parts casters. I mean someone who actually builds guitars, who goes to the lumber yard, buys wood, and makes guitars. To me, that's a builder. Okay, not a master builder as in Fender master builder, right? Which is just a parts caster builder. Although all the parts are Fender parts, but still, they just put together. Not that they don't do a good job. They do, they do all the fine details. A little bit overpriced, okay? But, yeah. So she's awesome. She worked for two companies. Well, one company, one private company. One company that you know of, Gibson, at the factory. And again, I forgot to ask her because when she came over, she came over to my place because we had I made lunch for her. So we talked for 3 or 4 hours nonstop, and we started to plan. So we want to set up a little shop for her to build guitars with me and without me. All right. So I got some ideas. She's got some ideas. Let's try to make it happen. So maybe next Tuesday she will be at my shop, at the other shop, not this one. She hasn't been here yet, but I met her through music, okay? And then she said, I'm a luthier. Okay, I've heard many people say that. And then we talked, and then she said, "Oh, that's my Instagram account that I checked." I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like are a luthier. Uh, I can give you her Instagram account. Oda, ODA dot luthier. Okay. I don't want to put a link right now. I don't want to edit this description in the middle of the live stream. So, and that's her name, Oda, ODA. Yeah. So she might be coming here. She might be just at the other place. I don't know. She will definitely be at the other place. We'll see. We might do content together as well. So, luthier, as in for real. Okay. So what do we have on the workbench? So do we have an audience? Just 2 people watching? I guess I might as well get started. But all these announcements are exciting and important, right? Let's see. String gauges. It doesn't say. All right, so let me show you the strings. So these are the strings we're going to put on. Nylon gut strings, or nylon strings for the banjo. They're made for the banjo. So I don't know much about banjos except that they are not guitars. It's an African instrument. Yeah, so I'm sure early banjos had gut strings, right? So that makes sense. So, all right. Step number 1, I'm going to write down, you see, this is, I'm going to write down the string gauges. Okay, so why don't I do it here on this, on the back of this package, right? Okay, so we'll measure. Where's my switcher? So yeah, kids, I've been talking about getting back into building guitars. What's up with my switcher? Oh, please. Here. Building guitars. You know, that's more of a, I don't really want to use the word legacy, but you know, you build a guitar, you sell it, people have it, people pass it on, you know. But when I just repair, you know, the work goes away after some time passes. It's still, you know, the guitar that someone else made. Okay, so let's see. So we have, first is red. So that's going to be this one. Red. So let's turn this on. We are in inches, decimal inches. That's what we want. 0, okay? And we'll just take a measurement. 20 gauge string, okay? So let's write that down right here. First is a 20 gauge string. Right here, first 20. 0, 2, 0, 0.020. So second, blue, third, green, fourth, white, and fifth, yellow. So blue, let's see, this is blue. Oh, please, cooperate. 23 gauge string. We're going to use a 24 gauge file. Green. Yeah, I'll show you. 28 and a half. going to call it a 28. So 0, 28. Fourth is white. So that's going to be this one. Not color coded. It's just white. 38 gauge. Okay. 038. And yellow. Where are you? Yellow. Is this it? Yeah, this looks like, yeah, this is yellow. You can barely see it. I can see it. And that's going to be a 20 gauge string. 20. All right. Same as the red one, but I guess it's a shorter string maybe. 020. Okay. So now I can just put these here. I want to use these strings, existing ones, to cut the nut slots. And we don't need this anymore. We're done with this. Okay, so we're ready. Let's see. So last time I was doing a live stream, the sound cut off because the battery drained. They make these things. I don't want to take it out now because it's going to just, well, I guess momentarily I can do it just to show you. You're going to hear the sound now. These things have built-in batteries. And it's impossible to open this damn thing. So I actually broke my receiver. I was trying to open it. Okay, this is off. Yeah, 1, 2, yeah. Dr. Jeffrey Boyle is in the house. I recognize your signature, doctor. And we have a banjo. Like I said, a high-quality banjo. I don't work on cheap banjos at all. They are too time-consuming to work on. We have our nut files, but we have a nut with a 0 fret. So how do we handle this? Well, I got some ideas. It's going to depend. So check this out. These tuners are like this. So I'm not used to this. It's okay. This instrument breaks up the monotony of the guitar repair shop. Every day the same, right? So this is something different. I love it. And you know what, kids? The owner of this banjo is actually a repeat customer, and you've seen his guitar on this channel before. It's the Barth, B-A-R-T-H guitar, which we had to, you know, work on and do some creative work to make things happen. So, yeah, I am going to ask Oda, Dr. Oda, if she's a doctor. And I don't want to tell you why I say that, because that's her thing. I don't know if she wants to mix careers, you know, publicly. But she might be, like, PhD. I'll ask her. Because it's her thing. But I had a few meetings with her already. Some in person and some not in person, you know, on Zoom. And I like it. I like her. She's really business oriented. So I think this is going to work. I hope. I'll check this out. So we have the 0 fret, and I want to know if this is a well-made instrument. I should be able to just remove it because they should be thinking a step ahead. And look at that. Yeah, it comes off just easily. And that's what I wanted to see. So, and look at that. No barbs on this fret. Why don't we look through the microscope? See, that's what you want to see on a 0 fret. So this is made to be a 0 fret. We don't see this often. And I'm glad that you are tuned into this live stream right now, because that's the point of these live streams, right? You never know what happens and what we discover in real time. And what I'm going to do is this. So I always, so I just removed it like this, and I know this is the base side. So on the base side, I'm going to put a red mark in here like that. This way I know, and I can just place it here. And if it gets disturbed, I know which way it goes, okay? It probably doesn't make a big difference, but let's just do it that way. Okay, and now we have the 0 fret nut to deal with. We removed the 0 fret, and now we have this 0 fret nut or 0 nut. How do you call it? I don't know. But this is the string slot. So now this is the string slot that we need to cut for that string. That's a 20 gauge string, which is marked in red, right? 20 gauge. I wrote it down here, 20 exactly. Okay. So a 0 fret, not fret, is different. We cut it past the, I don't get to use the 20 gauge file too often, past the height of the fret. And here it is. You see? 20 gauge file. And we just need to widen it a little bit. So and I really don't want to damage anything here. Let's have a look. Let's see what happens. So now this is irreversible, right? We're converting this. So he says, you know, it'll be better for the neighbors because a banjo is pretty loud. And we are in New York City, so not too many private houses, not too many detached private houses, if any. So this is a bone nut, which means we need to be careful because bone can chip, okay? All right. Oh, the brush is here. Isn't it great that we get to do the work on something else other than a guitar every now and then? And you know, I don't take a cheap banjo. I mentioned this at the beginning of the live stream. But you know, some people join later, so I want to repeat it. I don't want to work on a cheap banjo. They're time-consuming to work on. They're cheap, so the you know, owners don't want to pay for the services. I mean, they don't want to pay real money, right? They think, oh, can you do it for 50 bucks? Because this banjo was just 100, right? But not this banjo. This is the real thing, a gold tone. So okay, that's it. So I touched the bottom. I'm just smoothing it out now, a very light touch. So basically I'm kind of like removing scratches right now. So this is more like polishing right now. All right, and let's clean up. And we're done with this one. So now when we put the 0 fret back, so again it's marked in red, so we know it's this way. We know that the string, hold on, how does it go? This way? Yeah, that's it. The string will be holding it down. So now that's, I said that's a 20 gauge string. And I have a, how about this, 16 gauge. Sorry, it fits inside. Look at that. So, okay, there's a little slack, obviously, because it's a 16 gauge feeler gauge and a 20 gauge string slot. But that's what we want, and it's going to tip over this way. All right, we have the clearance we need, and now we remove the 0 fret again. And for those of you who just joined, that's a 0 fret, made to be a 0 fret. You see, no barbs. I don't know if they stripped them or if this is made for banjos like this. I don't know. And I marked off the bass side in red. And now we move it this way. And I'm going to work on this string slot. So the string itself is a 23 gauge string that fits here, but there is no 23 gauge file, so we use a 24 gauge file. So these files aren't exact, right? They're just within reasonable tolerance. So this is a 24 gauge file, which I have right here, as you can see. I don't want to scratch this beautiful, I think it's ebony plate, so I definitely want to remove that out of the way, so the microscope is in the way, but I want to remove it. Okay. And let's just put it here. And I want to put the 0 fret right here. Okay, and these are the strings. So now, this is it. Let's focus and zoom in a little bit and refocus, I guess. So this is going to be a 24 gauge slot. And here's a 24 gauge file. So now I wonder if we can just start with a 24 gauge. Let's see. We'll know in a few seconds as I start. I think so, yeah. So we want to keep this centered like this, right? Now we know that we're not shifting. It's removing material from both sides at the same time by the same margin, by the same amount. Very neat. So kids, as you know, this channel isn't very popular, but I'm honestly not too worried about it because this channel serves a different purpose. Hold on, I gotta blow. Very much for my customers to be able to watch me as I work on their guitars and banjos. Yeah, I sent him a link. So yeah, so Dr. Jeffrey Boyle says, good evening. I got 5 viewers, right? So people don't know about this channel. So if you want to help me out a little bit, you know, you can tell your friends. It is also a membership channel now, so because it's monetized, over 500 members so far. So I want to thank 2 of the members, Dr. Kenneth Sharp and Dr. Slam RN. Registered nurse? I don't know. Maybe. So those are the 2 supporting members that are supporting the channel. So thank you guys if you're watching. I'll mention them later as well. Yeah, we have, we're about halfway. You see? Now, it's interesting. On the screen, it looks like it's not centered, but through the optical system, I can see that it is. That's because I know why. So the camera is using only one of the 2 lenses. There are 2 lenses here. When I use the optical system, I actually see it in 3D. I have the, you know, 3D perception of, you know, the object being 3D. But the camera is only using one of the lenses, obviously. So you get a little bit of a parallax shift, you know, like when you look at a mechanical clock, and if you look from the side, it looks like it's, you know, off by a small amount. Okay, so now let's just continue with this. Here, maybe a little bit more light. Okay, so I'm just going to touch the bottom. And again, it'll be good. So this is a very, very different nut because we have a 0 fret. So we would never cut a regular nut like that. Okay, so let's focus. So we are approaching the bottom, right? And right now, I feel like maybe we should clean up a little bit. And have a closer look again. Focus at the bottom. And just clean up the bottom. At an angle like this, okay? So I'm really finding it at an angle like this. I'm trying to match what's there, okay? Good. Yeah, so we have this. And hold on, kids, I have my friends here. Hey, good night, guys. Good night. Have a good trip home. Yeah, so I heard that we're leaving. Nice kids. Oh, they're coming back. You guys are back? Hi. So, like I said, I'm going to get back into building guitars if this whole thing is going to work out with my potential partner. We're going to be building together. And I have a whole line of guitars that I've been meaning to build for years. I don't want to tell you yet what they are because I want to show you what they are once I start building. And honestly, for building, repairing, and all that, I need to work with someone. Okay, I can't just keep doing this like this. So eventually, I'll get someone to help me here, maybe with some of the work, right? I mean, I can teach people how to do certain things, right? Because it's just insane sometimes here. So this looks good. And now what we might want to do is let's check out. So we have red and blue, it says here. So first string is red and then second one is blue. So we have this one is blue, blue tip, right? Color coded and red. Okay, so we got, oh, I lost the blue one. Okay. And here we go. So I'm going to put the blue one inside here, yeah, and the red one inside here. And now I can show you, we can look here. They fit, not surprisingly, right? It's good, right? And there will be a full tension, and they fit. So far, fine. So now the next one is going to be a 28 gauge string. I do have a 28 gauge file. Here it is, but I wonder if I should start with a 24 gauge file first. In fact, I can, I don't know. Let's, I don't know. I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. We'll start with a 24 gauge, but not all the way down. We just want to make sure that we start this channel so that it stays centered. And now we take the 28 gauge file, which is this one. Can I do it this way? No, you know, I prefer this way, especially when I look through the microscope. And here, so it's going to go like this, and you can see, we'll see if we can do this, right? So that's 28. Is this safe to do this way? Well, I'm glad I can monitor this through the microscope, little by little. Maybe we should just throw it on the Plek machine. Let the Plek machine do it. Yeah, speaking of Plek machines, I am working on a video about Plek machines. Now, in the video, I'm going to show some things that can go wrong. But here's the thing. A Plek machine is a machine. So it's a great machine, right? It's amazing. But then you have operators. So things that go wrong are just human error. Okay, so are we all the way at the bottom of this? Yeah, I think so. And I'm just doing scratch removal. So that's it. Uneventful. Now, the next one is going to be, well, I have it here, a 38 gauge. Huh. There's no 38 gauge file. So what I'll do is I will take the 24 and cut all the way down first. And you know what I want to do is I want to take this file, a 24 gauge file, and just kind of deburr the sides a little bit. And I'll tell you why the 24 gauge file. Let me put it here and let me show you this. So this is the 24 gauge file. You can see how it has the abrasive on the side. And the 28 gauge file does not. You see that? I don't know why they make it like that. That's not how I would have designed these files. I guess they're trying to save on these diamonds. These diamonds are cheap. Like, why did they do that? So what I do is I put it inside the slot and I push it against the wall, against the side. And I don't push it hard. It's just, I just want to remove some scratches, right? Deburring. Even going up and down, not necessarily this way, only this way, right? Okay, and now we want to do this. I am going to cut this one all the way down. Now you can see here, it's natural bone. There's some chipping already in the bone here. You see that? So there's a hairline fracture right there, hairline fracture right here. If we refocus, you can see those hairline fractures in the bone. And those can cause some issues if the file jams up inside of the string slot. So this was already a larger string slot, obviously. And look at this. You see what I tell you? Chipping off from the front, I guess, from here. But this isn't a regular nut, so it's not gonna affect performance. But the hairline fractures were already there. We can rewind the video. So yeah, so never take your banjo to a guitar repair shop. That's my recommendation. You have people who specialize in these things. Let me see. Should I go with the 28? No, I can put it away. I can take a bigger file. I'm tired. I don't want to stay up too late. So the guitars that I'm going to be building, various models. Okay, you know, I don't like to talk about things that aren't happening yet, but we're here, just the 8 of us. So one of the models will be, I hope, an exciting model for Rolling Stones fans. And it's not going to be a guitar that already exists. Not really. It's going to be inspired by their music. All right. So, but there's going to be something about it that it's going to be different. So you know how, and I don't think it's been done before. I don't know of it. I Googled. So, you know how guitar quackery is, yeah, different. I try to be different a little bit. So, so that also, I just want to do something a little different, but something that Stones fans will, at least some of them, appreciate. But it's not gonna really be called a Rolling Stones guitar. Obviously, I can't use their name, but Stones fans will know what it's all about. Some other guitars that I want to be building, my models are did I ever show you those little guitars? I had a few here, so I think I showed them on a live stream once. So those, they would be for a special music program, and I want to do the music program with her as well. Not to run it, just to develop it and sell it. I also want to build, believe it or not, cigar box guitars. Yeah, I want to do that. And that's because I got some ideas, again, to do it in a slightly different way. And then I want to do a guitar that I designed. I already have one, but it's the prototype. Double cutaway Les Paul with a carved top, and not the double cutaway Les Paul that Gibson makes. Again, different in a few different ways, different, but basically inspired by Les Paul, by the Les Paul guitar, not Les Paul the guy. And yeah, maybe I'll show you the prototype one day. Well, I will show you the prototype one day, but it's too soon to show it. And one thing that, so you will never agree on everything with a partner. So one thing that we did not agree on initially, but I think she is now thinking about what I said and changing her mind, I think. I hope. I don't know. It's like she wanted to just build her guitar, so there's going to be also her designs. She said, let me build them first, and then we'll show the world. And I said, and she, gave me a monologue about that, and I listened. So I told her, I hear you, but I have a different perspective. And I said, never build anything in the dark. So create a buzz. So when there's a movie coming out, whatever, blockbuster, next blockbuster movie, there's going to be a buzz about it, right? And people are going to be anxious, can hardly wait to see the movie, right? So same with the guitars. Let's not build them in the dark. So when the time is right, when we're actually starting the first whatever, template or whatever, that's when we start announcing. That's what I told her. And I think she will go for that. Well, we'll be doing it for my guitars. I'm just talking about her guitars. So, because no one's going to stop me from announcing it. I just strongly advise that she does it. Because then, you build the guitar and there's already buyers lined up. So, let me check. So, white string goes here. So white string should go inside here. And that's a bit tight. So check it out. That's a bit tight. You can see that. And that's not surprising because this is a 38 gauge string, right? And I use the 36 gauge file because there's no 38 gauge file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this 24 gauge file. And like I said, the 36 gauge file doesn't have diamonds on the side. So I am going to push it against the wall on the first on the right side, then on the left side, and enlarge this string slot a bit. Okay, so you see now I'm pushing it against the side on the right side. So the right side being this side, and this is going to be the left side. And now let's do the same on the left side. And we don't want to remove too much material, just as much as needed. Because you don't want to get, you don't want this to be too, how do you say it? Narrow, so that you get string pinching. And now it's better, but it's still stuck here at the back. I can feel that. Okay, you can't see it, but I can feel it. So now I'm going to tilt the file like this so I can hit it at the back, but not at the front. Same technique. Little carve. I know you want to see a close-up. Okay. So friends, there's a lot happening, many developments, so many I gotta think to even mention them. One of them is, I almost forgot to mention, there is a mailing list now, and I'll tell you something, I hate spam. I will never spam anyone, but it is good practice for a business, especially an online business like this one is, right? This is a YouTube channel, right? To not put all of the information on every social media platform. So I'm going to put something on Instagram that I won't put on YouTube, right? Because I want people to follow there and subscribe to YouTube as well. There's going to be some on YouTube that's not on Instagram. And I can tell you that there's going to be stuff that I'll be valuable stuff sending out through the mailing list, but just give me time. I already did, but there's going to be more. And you can unsubscribe anytime. What's the big deal? So I'm going to do everything legal, the legal way, because I don't want to spam anyone. But like I said, if you want valuable stuff you don't want to miss, there's a link right there below. Get on the mailing list. There's also now a Guitar Quackery forum because they kicked me off of one forum and the other one I voluntarily left because they were giving me a hard time. And then I started my own forum. I guess I can talk about that experience. So this looks good. Check this out. All right. So this looks good. I can, hold on. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Check it out. Right? So this is all the way at the bottom, I think. So we'll know. Okay, so what I need to do is put that 0 fret here. So this marked off in red is the bass side, on the bass side. So now it's here. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, this is good. Okay, even if it's not all the way, it's good enough. Okay, you have a scratch here from, you can see the scratch from the string, and that's it. So this is a 0 fret, and it's a 5-string banjo. So yeah, the forum. Um, Now, you can figure out which forums. I'm not gonna tell you the names because I don't want them to accuse me of anything like defamation, which it wouldn't be because it's the truth. But one of them issued an ultimatum: pay to stay, or we'll delete all of your posts. So this is what happened. So I have this new software that we're developing with Dr. Kevin Hausen. It's called FretLab Pro. So yeah, that's also an announcement, right? FretLab.pro. Go to that website, you'll see. It's mind-blowing. I'll make a few videos about that coming up soon. Well, FretLab is a homebrew software. Homebrew, right? Made at home. So it's not a commercial company making it, whatever, right? So it's just a couple of guys making this thing. And I wanted to, share this thing on New Year's Day. Like, yeah, I kind of thought, why not? It's a date to remember, right? So I went on 3 forums, and I don't know what the original title was, something FretLab Pro, new software, or something along those lines. And, I check, it's not getting any views. So I'm thinking, well, what the hell? Let me change the title into something a little more clickbaity. Now, here's how I feel about clickbait. Yeah, clickbait. If you want views, yeah, you need a clickbaity title, right? As long as the content delivers, right? So you can't put something that has nothing to do with the content. That's bad clickbait. But clickbait, yeah, I want to share this. I want to make sure people see it. So I came up with the title, Plek now has serious competition, dash FretLab Pro. That got a lot of views. And then you have people who are, what's the word? I don't want to call them names, but there was some negativity, right? And apparently some of those people reported me to the moderators. Okay, and now I get a private message. And you know what? Not even when I was little was I like really called into the principal's office, that sort of thing. So I feel, why am I talking to these guys about what, So on one of the forums, the moderator was crossing some lines, calling me a spammer, and said, oh, let's get this straight. I'm not selling anything, okay? I never said that this would even be available in any way, right? I'm showing to my peers what I'm using here. That's it. So it's as if I invented a new brush and I'm using it, I'm showing it. I am not selling it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but right now it's not even on my radar, right? So I said, don't call me a spammer, right? Because there's nothing here to benefit me in any way. I'm just showing what I am developing with a partner. And I also said, and by the way, oh no, that I said to the other guy. Okay. So he said, yeah, he was kind of rude and said, well, you are also using your business name, Guitar Quackery, and that's against our policy and whatever. So, which I was using for years on that forum, you know, when I was giving free technical advice to their members, from which they benefited from. Obviously, they have good content that people are reading. So, so he said, well, either you change your username and avatar, or you pay, you know, to keep using your username and avatar, or we will delete all of your posts if you don't want to pay. It's an easy decision for me. I mean, I'm just like, what is he thinking, that I'm gonna like melt? So I replied, please delete all of my posts and delete my account, and do not send me any more emails ever. That's it. And I left. Now, on the other forum, the moderator was very polite at the beginning. And he said, this is what I need to do because some people reported you. And not just this post, but also other posts. I'm thinking, what other posts? Right? So, okay, whatever. And he never really clarified that. And he said, and he was polite, very polite, and he said that he needs to consult with the other moderators and he'll get back to me. We exchanged a few private messages. And then next day, and I kept answering people's questions on the thread about FretLab Pro. And then I see, okay, there's a message from him. And here he changed his tone. He was being rude. And he said that he talked to the other moderators on the other forums that, you know, by the way, some moderators, some people from this forum, they're also on the other forums. Yeah, I know. It's, you know, guitar forums, right? So, and I don't know, he was rude, like his whole tone changed. And he said the same thing, that I gotta pay to stay, or, you know, something along those lines. And here's the thing, because he was first being polite, if he continued the polite tone, and he had explained that, you know, I'm using my username, Guitar Quackery, there, and, you know, those are the rules, and I never read them. I'll get to that, right? But yeah, I mean, that's my bad, right? Okay. But if he had treated me nicely, you know, I would have looked into it, like, okay, so how much does it cost to keep my username on this forum where he's nice? He's just, you know, he needs to respond because someone sent him a complaint. I get it. But no, because he changed his tone, forget it. So, and he, in this last message, he said, because I had explained also, I'm not selling a second. We don't know where this is going. This is like, you know, homebrew software. That's it. And then he said, well, even if you give it away for free, because I said, I might actually give it away for free for like as open source. But I said, I didn't say that in the post because I don't know that that's actually going to happen, right? I don't want to get people excited and not deliver, but no, I'm just having a private conversation with you. So, and then in the rude message, he was saying, yeah, but, you know, even if you give it away for free, you can benefit from it later. And I only wrote him one reply, which was like, delete all my posts and cancel my account and don't send me any more emails. And I also said, by the way, you know, a lot of people here post about guitars they're building. And are you really worried if they're going to sell those guitars and benefit somehow from them? And they're, you know, promoting their builds like that through the forum? You know, it's like double standards, right? So anyway, I didn't yell at him or anything. I just said that, made a point that please delete all my posts and cancel my account, and no more emails. That's it. And then I started my own forum, Guitar Quackery forum. I also posted the announcement on the third forum, and no one said anything there. So, fine. But I still went there, and I changed the title because I didn't want to rock the boat, whatever. But no one said anything. No one complained. You know, people commented nicely, and that was it. So I'll still go to that third forum. But, you know, anyway. So if you want to join the Guitar Quackery forum, it's just guitarquackery.forum. And that's it. Oh, let me check my battery level, because the battery died. So now it's working. Whatever. Oh, Dr. Aficionado is here. Okay. Only 3 people watching. So it's just the 4 of us here. All right. So back to this. So it is a 5-string banjo. Oh, see, I started putting the strings back on, but I forgot to reinstall the 0 fret. And here it is. So I marked it off in red. For those of you who just joined, I don't think anyone just joined the live stream, but whatever. And now we can put these strings back temporarily. We don't even need to tune them to pitch. Just a little tension, okay? You know, this is a nicely made instrument. It's a shame that so many banjos are so badly made that I've seen. This is nice. Okay, but it is a 5-string banjo, which means we do have this little bud to deal with. And yeah, and that's going to be 5th, a 20 gauge string. So I got to put this away, a 24 gauge. And the 36 gauge, got to put those away. So how do you like banjos? They're exciting. So I tried to play when I was little. I had a banjo. Someone gave me a banjo once. It wasn't a good one. So I like to play seated, and you know they don't fit. You need a strap. So okay. So let's look at this. 5th nut. Is it called a nut? I don't know. So, oh, I can see there's a little bit of glue squeeze out right there. But here's the thing, right? So that's the, I think they call it the drone string. So it's not touching the fret, right? So that's how it needs to be, which means we are going to remove the string. And we're going to protect the fret. We don't want to cut into the fret. Not that it would actually make a difference, but we just don't want to be sloppy. So speaking of sloppy, I guess they were a little sloppy here. But, you know, we are using a microscope. So I want to put a piece of tape here, something to protect the surface of the fret. A little tape. Who's here? 3 of you. Die-hard Guitar Quackery Live fans. So one of the reasons why I kind of stopped live streaming, you know, I didn't stop. I just took a break. I was just too busy doing other things. So, but I didn't forget about you. And, you know, I had a whole bunch of guitars that did not require live streaming, because I have plenty of those. Okay, there's more guitars that go through this, through my workbench than I show on the live streams or on video guitar quackery, or I show some extra guitars on, you see, that's why you should follow on Instagram, because I do show some extra guitars on Instagram. Some guitars that you don't see on YouTube, right? And, oh, damn, I forgot. Oh, I said that I was going to post pictures on the forum. What's on your workbench? See, I forgot. And I did say that this is going to be the first time in history. Okay. So let me post some pictures, not video, pictures. Horizontal pictures. Let's put the scissors away. Okay, so banjo. Boom. Close up of the 0 fret. Boom. And now close up of this. Boom. Alright. Alright, let's post the pictures on the forum. So is there an easy way to resize the pictures to go on a forum? I always need to go through, like, I don't use Photoshop anymore. Now I use Affinity. But I gotta, yeah, open them in, sorry, this, okay, send it, airdrop. Yeah, so now there's the forum. Why don't you join it? And right now you will see this post. So that's an experience. Right. Okay. Okay. Banjo. Airdrop. Okay. That's it. So let's open these 3 images in Affinity. Not Photoshop. Affinity. Do I still have any water here? What a nice banjo. I need to cut the string slots on the bridge as well. So we're not done yet. Okay, so let me see. Okay, save for web. PNG, no, JPEG. Resize 700 pixels. Size, right? Banjo. Banjo 1. It goes in this folder. Hold on a second. So you will be able to catch this live. $700. Banjo 2. Yeah, and save this as well. 700. Papa. Export. So much work. Banjo 3. Okay, that's that. Now, close this image. Don't save. These go in the trash. I can show this image as well. And that's the one I used for the thumbnail. Yeah, let's do that. So 700. And we're going to go and call this Banjo 0. Okay, we start counting from 0. Okay, don't save. Now, let me go to guitarquackery.forum. You can go there as we speak. So, as I scroll, there's a section, Shop Talk, and the subsection, What's on Your Bench. That's where I'm going. And here, new topic, gold tone, banjo, gut, string, conversion. Or what they call it, gut, nylon gut, something like that. I don't know. Nile gut. N-Y-L gut. Nile gut. No. Yeah, Nile gut. Okay. That's a trademark name. I'm not going to say what I'm typing. You have to go there and read it. Five-string banjo. Workbench is one word, right? And let's put some photos. Add files. I'm too old for this. There. They've been downsized, so now I can. Conversion to nylon. Okay. Cut. Not cut, widen, right? I think the saddle is ebony, right? Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. And let's post some pictures. That's it. Shortly. Okay, and submit. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I wish I had time to type, but I don't. So this is good enough for now. All right, so you can go to the forum and you can comment there. Help me out a little bit. Just, let's talk about it with friends. So I'm going to put 2 layers. Like that. That's enough. And I have this little tool. And we're going to look through the microscope. And again, we are going to cut. How about the 3rd layer? Maybe, I don't know, maybe we don't need it. Maybe it's not a good thing to have 3 layers. I don't know. So now, what did I say? 20 gauge, right? I double check everything. 20. Let's zoom in. Okay. Ah. So this is what you see here. Maybe a little too much light. That's a 20 gauge file. It says right here. And it doesn't fit inside yet, but it will. Here, let's zoom in and focus. I don't want to slip because I don't want to be making a new one. And here, this is cut to a certain height, right? I really don't want to cut deeper because then we might get a little bit of a string buzz against the 1st fret. Well, it's actually the 5th fret, but okay. It wouldn't be a terrible idea as I'm getting closer down to protect this part here. So, yeah, not a terrible idea. I didn't scratch it, but I'm saying I don't want to scratch it. Now, this is now elevated, right? So I might scratch the green tape, but that doesn't mean that I would have scratched the ebony, right? Because now this is thicker. Focus. Let's see. Because I am holding it slightly at an angle. Now I'm just going to match the pitch, the angle with the existing angle. And that's when a microscope comes in handy, because I can really see. And you can see. We can even zoom in. Look at that. So it's got to go a little deeper. Where are we? Yeah. See, I am scratching the tape, but again, that doesn't mean that I would have scratched the surface. In any case, I did protect it, so we're good. So we still see a deeper groove inside, right? A deeper channel, and we see that it's at an angle. So I'm not at the correct angle yet. So I do have to lift the back of the file a little more to get more of a break angle there. Look at that, almost done. So what we want to do is we want to pay attention to the front here. And we want to start removing that layer, that accumulation. That's when we know that we touched the bottom. Ah, that's it, right? And now we just polish it up with the same file. I lifted the back a little bit of the file so that I can flare out at the back end of the nut, which is this here. I want to have a little funnel shape there, and that's it. So now we can take what string color? Yellow. Yellow and red are the same. Gauge. Oof. Alright, I'll just take the red one. It's the same, 20 gauge. And yeah, it fits well. Okay, so here we have this. It fits well. Okay, and we have a little bit of a, oh, look how dirty my fingers are. All right. You saw that. But that's the thing. You see everything. All right. Should we show a picture on the forum? Why? 2 pictures for the same, 2 for the price of 1. Great to be back, and don't forget you need your sleep. Yeah, I know, doctor, thank you. I don't want to stay too late. It's 10:48 as we speak. Maybe I finish it tomorrow, do another live stream tomorrow. How about that? Early live stream. For aspect ratio, yeah, that's good. Boom. And let's throw this image here on the screen. All right. Focus, focus. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, so I am actually reading a book, audiobook, reading, on my bike. Microscope image. Buy back your time, okay? So let's see what the guy has to say. Okay, airdrop to my computer. And next image, airdrop. Airdrop to my computer. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. No one knows. Okay, there's a little bit more raying pattern here I can see, which is fine. And here, so Banjo 700. pixels, export, Banjo, 4, image number 4. I never really thought I would have a forum, guitar forum, but I just didn't appreciate how I was being treated. After all these years of giving free technical advice, you know, that they talk to me like this, zero tolerance. So, yeah. Widening, not filing. The 5th. Is it called a nut? Yeah, I don't want to write long messages right now because we just need to get this done. And I wonder if I should just wrap it up. Oh, error. I clicked delete by accident. Place in line 4. And why isn't this uploading? Okay, I'll delete the file and re-upload it. Okay, place in line. That's it. Not tomorrow morning, afternoon. Submit. Let's see. It looks good. Okay. Yeah. So friends, I think you can read those things even without signing up for the forum, right? So let me know if you saw it and what you think. So now we can do this. We can remove the protective tape. See, I didn't damage the fret because I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And let me check my battery. So last time it died in 2 hours, so maybe it was not charged enough. I thought the battery was dead, so I just damaged my receiver. I wrote to Rode to send me a new one, and I said, how much does it cost? You know, so it was my fault. I was just try to fix it on impulse. But you know, it's also true they make these things so that you can't change the battery. You just can't open it. I mean, the glue that they use is like, you know, it would probably hold. You could do like a glue trap for an 18-wheeler truck, and it would stick to that glue. So okay, so for now, because I don't want to lose the truss rod cover, I'm going to put it back. And we're going to remove it later. Well, actually, I do my trick, right? Which is this trick. When I put it this way, we are going to be adjusting the truss rod. Like that. If that's even going to work. I don't think that's going to work. So let me, yeah, because I'll just damage this, right? The Allen key is not going to go past this little tip. Okay, so like this, turn the screw. So I keep saying this with wood screws. Just go back first until it clicks. I do that whenever I remember to do it. Okay? And yeah, I'll be honest with you, sometimes I forget. Not on the neck joint, but yeah, on little screws. So, kids, what's reasonable here? 11. Yeah, I need my sleep, and I need to make videos for YouTube. So there's all these things happening that I wasn't counting on, such as now I gotta manage a forum, moderate and administrate, and post. But I was posting on other people's forums, so I'll just post on mine. I wasn't posting every day, right? But now it's gonna be checking every day until I grow it enough to have moderators, I guess. I don't know how that works with moderators. Do they get paid, or is it just volunteer work? I know nothing about that. Well, the forum is new. It's not monetized, so there's no money to pay anyone. Why is this not closing? What's wrong with this? Oh, please. Okay, don't ask me to move the camera to show you what's happening here. Just better. Okay. So we are going to need the files for the saddle. Where's my phone? Over there. I am tired, so I had to get up early yesterday and the day before, and I went to bed late. Yeah, I'm gonna end it in a few minutes. Do you have any questions? Anything? I don't see any questions. Just Dr. Jeffrey Boyle telling me that I need my sleep, which is true. And I'm going to listen to you, doctor. Tomorrow's another day. I think I'll do a live stream tomorrow. Oh, and let's see if anyone caught the stories on Instagram, the announcement of the live stream. I also put like a buy me a coffee thing. Let's see if anybody bought me a coffee. Let me see. I'm not going to drink a coffee now, but I will drink one tomorrow morning. No, no one did. So what am I doing? Oh, Instagram. Let's see. How many people viewed the stories I posted? Activity. 15 people viewed the announcement. Okay. Now, I posted a story before the announcement with a buy me a coffee link. 22 people viewed that. And I'm going to tell you something interesting in 2 seconds. And what was this one? I showed a banjo? Oh no, I showed the Reverend guitar. And I said, check out the Guitar Quackery forum, because I'll be posting about that guitar on the forum. How many people saw that? 30 people saw it. And I have some regulars that are, checking out the stories on Instagram, and thank you if you're one of them. You might have different names on Instagram, I don't know. So, yeah. So, oh, I got a private It's called the direct message. Oh, from Oda. So Oda is my new almost done deal potential partner. Check her out on Instagram. Oda, Oda dot Luthier. Okay? You'll see she's woodworking. That's the kind of person I need to work with, you know, that I don't need to like train too much. She still needs training, I know that, because I see how she's doing some things, and I want, you know, to show her how to do it differently. So what I did was I wasn't communicating with her. I just gave her the chance to get back to me. And when the Tuesday was approaching on Saturday, she texts, say, you know, she wants to plan her time, and you know, she wants to know if we're meeting on Tuesday. So that was a big plus in my book, right? Because I want to know I'm, you know, teaming up with a serious person. So wish me luck. What else is on Instagram here? Shut up. Yeah, okay, so that was a DM from her. And we have what? What am I doing? I don't know. And what I'm doing is I'm wrapping up. Right, so watch me wrap up. So I spoke with a customer today on the phone. I actually asked him if I could call him, because when he was here last time, which was about a month ago, I showed him the FretLab Pro software a bit, because, you know, I've been using it here in the shop. I just wasn't showing it publicly. And he said something really nice that really, you know, was nice to hear, was touching. So I remembered that, and I actually wanted to call him about something else, but also about that. So, so what he said was that he feels that these developments that I just showed him, the FretLab Pro software, that he feels that he's part of history just by bringing his guitar here. And, you know, I really appreciated that. And I never really thought of it that way. And it made me think, made me realize maybe he's right. And, yeah. So we'll see how it continues to develop. So this is going to be a little bit tricky, right, to untangle. I'm going to have to figure out how to tie these knots. Yeah. So that's my homework, okay? Fishing knots, I guess. I don't know. Hoop-de-doops. Oh, please. Yeah, I got to figure this out. My homework for tonight. So for now, let's just put the strings in the string package. But I actually had to talk to him about something a little bit delicate. And like I said, I also wanted to kind of just talk to him because he said that nice thing. And I didn't even mention it today, but yeah, he, you know, what he said was really nice. No one ever said that to me before. Not quite the way he said it. So it made me think. It made me, I guess, realize that he's right. I think. So I'm going to research. So this is the reasonable thing to do. I'm going to do some research tonight on how to do a setup on a banjo. So this is without the resonator. Is it called a resonator? I think. And how to tie those nylon guts strings. It is a gold tone. I'll show you. Check this out. Okay, that's a good banjo. So when this customer asked me if I wanted to work on the banjo, I was like, how do I tell him no? But I just finished the work on his other guitar, on the Barth guitar, which I live stream. Barth. Oh, look who's in the house. Dr. Slam RN-1. Is that a registered nurse? I got to thank you, doctor. I know you're a supporting member. I did mention you before. You can go to the beginning. You and also Dr. Kenneth Sharp. 2 supporting members. Thank you so much. You missed a good live stream, Banjo, but it's been archived, and that's something that, you know, you can watch in double speed now. And also, doctor, I mentioned the forum, Guitar Quackery forum. It's easy to find, guitarquackery.forum. And for the first time in history, and you're still part of this live stream, live, right? Because you just joined. And I'm going to do it now again. I was doing live streaming and posting on the forum at the same time. So there's a section on the forum called, I'll tell you what it's called. Hold on a second. Like this. Orientation. A section on the forum, or should I do it this way? That's going to look better, right? Or even this, I can put the logo. Hold on a second. What am I doing? Like that. That's better. The Guitar Quackery logo. That's it. All right, that's the picture. So the section on the forum, on the Guitar Quackery forum, that's, I didn't get notification. Through YouTube or through, yeah, I don't know why these things don't work. Sorry, doctor. I mean, I post on Instagram before every live stream that I'm going to be live streaming. I don't know what to do. I don't get all notifications either. I don't know how these things work or don't work. I'm sorry, doctor. You should get a notification. What was I saying? I'm tired. Okay, so posting on the oh yeah. Hold on. What number is this? 6 maybe. Banjo 6 maybe. I don't know. Whatever. So if you go to the forum, guitarquackery.forum, there's a section called Shop Talk, and then a subsection called What's on Your Bench. So I've been posting on that forum. It's really called a forum on a forum. I call it forum section, I guess. Time to go home. Okay. And attachment. Let me see. 6. Yeah. Banjo number 6. Place in line. Oh, I can post a link. Watch the replay. Yeah. Guitar Live YouTube channel on the Guitar Quackery. The replay, and now I grab the link. Okay. And where's the title? I don't know. Go back to the forum. Equal. Why did I call it gold tone 5 string banjo? Part 1. I didn't know there was going to be a part 1 and part 2, but now there is. See you tomorrow afternoon on part 2 live stream. Yeah, so that's it. Is this the first time in history that anyone's done this? I don't know. Maybe. I think so. And you were all part of this first time in history event. Congratulations. Has your lives changed? Have your lives changed, or has your life changed? Okay, and now we have 5 viewers. Oh, everyone now is joining in. So please, kids. All right. So let me now make the really important announcements. First, I am teaming up with a new partner, a different type of partner this time. Okay, so I have a partner, right? I have Dr. Kevin Hausen. See, because I was talking about Kenneth Sharp, which is support on this channel, and you know I'm really falling asleep here. So Dr. Kevin Hausen, who's a retired research scientist from Boeing. Oh, one person left. Why now? I'm announcing important things. So together we're collaborators, partners. We are building this software, FretLab Pro. So check it out. fretlab.pro is the website. Okay, that's just a teaser website. I'm not showing you all the amazing stuff that the software can already do. I'm not showing you this yet. I will be announcing that. I've been using the software here. People are blown away. This guy is amazing, Dr. Kevin. And when I say doctor, I mean doctor, as in he's an astronomer or scientist. So, so that's that. So that's my first partner. Second partner is partner 2B, most likely. Check out her Instagram, oda.luthier. Oda is ODA.luthier. Okay? She's a luthier. She builds guitars. She knows how to build guitars from the lumberyard, right? Not from parts casters, parts. And she worked at Gibson doing woodworking. I believe she was building necks. Was it necks or fingerboards, inlays maybe? I got to ask her. I don't want to tell you wrong. And she worked, I forgot the name of the builder in Nashville, boutique builder. I forgot the name. I don't want to tell you wrong again, but I'll be announcing this. Okay, and now most likely she's going to be working with me. And we are going to be building guitars. That's a pretty big announcement, right? Then there's Guitar Quackery Forum. The new forum for guitars. Guitar Tech Talk, I call it. And you know how Guitar Quackery is different as a channel? Well, that forum is also going to be different. Just give me time, okay? But I have ideas, right? So one thing that's different about it already happened tonight. Live streaming and posting on the forum at the same time, simultaneously. But there's other things I have in my head, if I can. I don't want to announce things and then they don't happen, right? Because some things are ambitious and I might just not be able to do it. But please go on the forum, join it. You can always unsubscribe. It doesn't send spam or anything, but you can always come and say hello and check out the posts. You can get free technical advice, first from me and then from other people that are going to be joining as well, like on any other forum, but different. What else? Guitar Quackery forum. You know about the Instagram account? Oh, yeah, the mailing list. So, again, I hate spam. I will never send spam. I'll do everything legal and to buy the book. But I don't want to share everything on every platform. So there are going to be things that the mailing list subscribers are going to get that's not going to be shared to non-subscribers. And you can always unsubscribe, but that's the plan. I already shared some things. I shared free 3D scans of I think it was a Martin guitar or something. Yeah, that appeared in the last video on YouTube on the Guitar Quackery main channel. Yeah, so I want to give out value through the mailing list. And obviously, I want to build a mailing list as a business because this is a business and you got to be online to have a business. So eventually, obviously, I'll be selling digital stuff on through the mailing list. So there's a commercial aspect. I don't want that to come as a surprise, right? So full transparency here. But nothing is going to be forced. And what else? I think there's something else. There's something else. I don't know. Or maybe there isn't. I'm getting old, guys. Okay, my memory. I have to make a list of this. So before I go, so I want to thank again my two supporting members, Slam RN, and is that registered nurse? I don't know. Probably not, right? And Kenneth Sharp, Dr. Kenneth Sharp. Yeah, I'm gonna go. So I've been saying this. I'm gonna go home. Oh, look at this. And how's the battery doing? Fine. This is a little gimbal. I've had this for a few months, but I used it a few times already. That's for content. So, yeah, I want to create more content. There's just no time. Okay, kids, if you have any questions, post them now. I don't see any questions, but all right. So, forum, mailing list. It's too many things. Oh, let's check the forum. Did anyone post? No, just me. Oh, I need my pills. Hi. No problem. Okay. My computer is reminding me to go to sleep. This notification flashed. Go to sleep. Okay. So, let me write you a message. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to read it. Okay. So, good night and thank you.